a tornado warning as well. We'll have to wait and see on that. But again, it's generally moving in the direction of Killeen, Texas here. Probably, looks like in the next, I would say probably about 25 minutes or so. So we're going to be watching this one very closely as it moves down toward Killeen, Harker Heights, and Salado as well. Now we'll move a little bit farther north. This is Fort Worth at the bottom of your screen here. Just north of that, we have a severe thunderstorm warning for Denton, Tarrant, and Wise counties. Looks like this cell may pass just north of the Fort Worth area. Could be some large hail with that. Now let's go a little bit farther to the northeast. The same line of storms, if you will, moving south of the Red River. Collin, Denton, and Grayson counties under a severe thunderstorm warning, moving toward the town of McKinney, affecting Pilot Point at the present time, and again moving toward the southeast. We got some big storms here in northeast Texas as well. This for Caddo Parish, Harrison, and Marion counties. This is your border right here. This is Louisiana, and then Texas over here. And Scottsville right now being impacted. Let's put this line out because this is what could be affecting the Shreveport-Bossier City area before too long. So it looks like Shreveport at 725, Houghton at 738, and Minden in Louisiana at 745. Let's go a little bit farther west because this has had a huge hail indication with it for Harrison, Panola, and Rusk counties in East Texas, just south of the Longview area, now southeast of Longview. A big, it looks like a hail core right here, and there you can see it right east of the town of Lakeport. I wouldn't be surprised if Lakeport got hit with up to 1.5 inch diameter hail at the very least. Earlier it was indicating it could be over 2 inches in diameter. So again, we'll watch this as it continues to move to the east. Watch out in the town of Tatum for that particular cell. As we broaden things out again, there are 2 tornado warnings south of Dallas, severe thunderstorms just on the north side of Dallas as well. And our 2 tornado watches, this one out for north central Texas, including the Dallas-Fort Worth area until 11 local time. And then we move a little bit farther east into the Piney Woods, northeast Texas, northwest parishes, Louisiana. Another tornado watch out until 1 a.m. local time. So very, very active here across the southern plains tonight, Chris. Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
Yeah, I'm not liking the looks of that cell there in Meridian. I want to take a live look again by one of our storm trackers. You can see what we're looking at here. Certainly has that UFO kind of a shape, right? This is a classic supercell structure, becoming more and more textbook by example. This is the storm that has the tornado warning. Has this been confirmed? We haven't had any visual confirmation yet, but certainly radar indicated. We've been watching this for some time, and it's very well, we may be looking at the area that's trying to tighten up and spin up some sort of rotation. And these can happen really quickly, and they are moving into some more populated areas. Right now it looks pretty rural. You got a lot of trees, some of the hilly landscape here in central parts of Texas. But this is certainly a dangerous storm. It's hard to tell because there's a lot of rain, but I almost see, do you guys see it, what I'm seeing too? It almost has like a little bit of a funnel look as it hooks to the left, to the right. Do you see that under that lowering of the cloud? And that's where the camera keeps focusing in on. There very well could be a tornado there, or something trying to be. And then you can see, panning off to the right, there's the clearing, and then there's the base of the cloud. So that's the inflow being sucked into the storm. So certainly a dangerous storm. There are a lot of people on the road. I don't know how many of those are storm trackers, but either way, this is a dangerous storm. We just switched gears. Is this still live? Is this different camera? Looks okay, same camera, but things just got darker all of a sudden. I don't know if it was just the adjustment from the lighting, and we're kind of in between 2 trees, but look at that. It looks like kind of right in between those 2 trees, there could be a tornado or a funnel cloud. Yeah, there's definitely a lowering. Do you see that there? There is a lowering of that cloud, so that's what we call a wall cloud, and certainly a funnel looks like it's starting to appear. Can't really tell if it's touching the ground or not. Either way, this should be signs that, wow, we've got a possible tornado on our hands. This storm means business and is one to take seriously here. This is near Meridian, Texas. This is the second tornado warning of the day that we've been following here in the state of Texas. We had one earlier, not far from Interstate 45 near Buffalo. This in a completely different part of the state over in Bosque County, also now approaching Hill County, Texas, and very dark skies here with this cell. there's a lot of trees in this part of the state. We're getting close to the hill country, so you get a lot more trees. That kind of obscures your horizon visibility. But when you get some clearing, you can clearly see this mass of cloud that kind of just drops. So that's a massive wall cloud. And then within that, there could be a tornado. We just can't see it visually with our eyes because the storm tracker is a little bit of a ways from the. It doesn't look great. We're getting a look. If we can pull up the radar, we can kind of get an idea of what's going on too from the radar perspective, because these kind of go hand in hand. We need visual confirmation. That's super helpful. But a lot of times you can't get too close, right? And from a storm tracker's perspective, you want to play it safe. So a lot of times you can find out stuff based on the radar. So we'll switch gears. Let's go over to max 42. Is what we want to pull up. There we go. There's the velocity, and there's the town of Meridian. This is just off to your south and east. And there's a look at this menacing storm. So it does look like the rotation's still kind of broad. Doesn't look like it's tight knit. If you can do me a favor and put debris signature on, we'll put the correlation coefficient and see if we've have anything that's notable. Essentially, this is the radar scanning the skies, and it's measuring the raindrops, right? But there's other things. If there's debris, that's different than raindrops. So it'll depict that as a different color. And if we put that in motion, rewind it to maybe 15 minutes or so, we can see if it has anything. So what you want to look at is something off from the red. And I'm not really seeing anything that's clear cut here from this example. So it may mean we still don't have a tornado on our hands yet. But that could change here quickly, because you think about it, tree limbs and branches get picked up and those high winds, and those will be coded by the radar in a different color. And if it's tightly concentrated where the rotation, then that's more likely to be debris. And we see that in some of the more well-known tornadoes and classic supercell structures once they get well organized. But we're getting that little bit of a hook. So you got that inflow there, and it's kind of spinning the rain around on the backside. So you get this like little fish hook based on the radar. Anytime you see that, it's always a cause for concern, because you've got a strengthening and rotating supercell. And so this is certainly trying to produce a tornado. You're watching this live with us if you're just tuning in. This out of Meridian, Texas, and you're getting a look at our storm tracker camera live on the ground, showing you the heart of the storm that's likely to produce a tornado. If it has not yet, it's certainly showing signs that it's doing so. We got a lowering of the wall cloud. This is a much larger area of rotation, and it's just moments before we're likely to see a possible tornado here on the ground. So a tornado warning has been issued. This includes Bosque and Hill counties. If you live in Clifton, Meridian, as well as Whitney, you need to take shelter here immediately, especially near Laguna Park and Lakewood Harbor. This heart of this storm that's most concerning is going to be moving right into your location here within the next 15 to 20 minutes. So the horizon has cleared up a little bit, and we still have menacing skies. I'm trying to see, it almost, doesn't it look like that's dust being swirled up now at the bottom? Like,
it's hard to tell.
It's hard to tell. The trees got in the way, but there was a much darker area near the horizon that kind of sparked my eye, and it made me think that it was starting to pick up some dust and some of that from the ground that's starting to get lofted up and mixed into that rotation. He's in a little bit of a forested area now, so you can't really see it, but there's still plenty of trees.
Looks like there's also almost something trying to lower there.
Yep.
Yeah, right there. Doesn't look like it's at the ground yet, but boy, that is an ominous looking sky.
So this is the same storm tracker, but this is a different camera. So
yeah,
we're looking at a different direction.
Now.
Yeah, it looks like he's on the move. You know, these storms, Jeff, they can form multiple areas of rotation, so they can hop.
Right.
You know, it's not like it's going to form in that one area. You could get another velocity nearby, and that's what the danger is, especially when you're out looking at these visually. You never know exactly. But oh yeah, back to this one. And it may just be the lighting, but this one looks a lot more menacing. But again, that horizon still kind of blocked. When it does clear up a bit, it looked as if there was some dirt that was starting to be pulled up from the ground. But
Now,
you can't
it's-
see it from this vantage point because the trees cover it all.
Now, this storm's moving along at a pretty good clip, like 35 to 40 miles an hour, and that's why the camera continues to move, because the storm tracker is trying to stay ahead of it in case something does come out of it. But you can see that, as Chris mentioned, there are a lot of trees here obscuring the view from time to time. And I can almost guarantee you that car in front of him is another storm tracker. But it's getting into the hill country, as you mentioned, so it's going to be a little bit harder to see unless we can get into a more open area.
Yeah, so a lot of trees in this part of Texas. Again, south of Dallas, Fort Worth, you get into some beautiful landscape. But when it comes to looking at the tornado, you're kind of limited, similar to how you are in the south. There is a hook here, and we're getting reports of $half size hail. This storm has had a history. The hail wouldn't be where the tornado would be. That would be in that area of pink, just south.
A tornado warning is in effect for your area.
The possibility of an incoming tornado as our storm continues to strengthen and take shape.
I mean, 10 minutes ago, this was that circulation was over Meridian, so you can see how far east it's moved in just that amount of time. So it's booking along here, and as we stretch this out, yeah, Womack and Laguna Park might be the next towns that could be affected by this.
Yeah, then look there, I-35.
Right.
That then is this storm will cross.
A tornado warning is in effect for your area.
Minutes.
Yeah.
So even though they're not necessarily under a tornado warning, if you are heading along I-35 south of Dallas, Fort Worth, and north of Austin, you want to hold off, especially while this supercell passes. Dangerous storm on the way with a possible tornado. We'll get back with more continuing live coverage when we return here on the Weather Channel.
Eliza, she's the little ray of sunshine.